In the news tonight, analysts say America's political divide is no longer widening gradually, but accelerating unpredictably as trust in institutions, elections, and even shared reality continues to erode. I'm Christopher Glenn with the end of the world in the news. In the news, demonstrations spread across multiple cities today as rival groups, each convinced the other represents an existential threat to democracy, faced off behind police barricades under military surveillance helicopters. I'm Christopher Glenn with the end of the world in the news. In the news, emergency broadcasts interrupted regular programming this evening after coordinated infrastructure failures triggered rolling communication outages across several major metropolitan regions. Officials insist there is no cause for panic. There is no panic. I'm Christopher Glenn with the end of the world in the news. In the news, social media networks were flooded overnight with fabricated footage, false military alerts, and conflicting reports of violence, leaving millions unable to distinguish fact from manipulation. I'm Christopher Glenn, or am I? Either way, it's the end of the world in the news. In the news, financial markets plunged again today as automated trading systems reacted to rumors of national instability, triggering temporary suspensions across global exchanges. I'm Christopher Glenn with the end of the world in the news. In the news, several governors openly questioned whether federal authority remains legitimate, while armed demonstrators gathered outside state capitol buildings well into the night. I'm Christopher Glenn with the end of the world in the news. In the news, satellite images released this morning appear to show unusual military positioning near critical infrastructure sites, though officials refuse to comment on operational readiness levels. I'm Christopher Glenn with the end of the world in the news. In the news, long lines form nationwide today as citizens rush to withdraw cash, purchase fuel, and stockpile supplies following unverified reports of additional system failures expected overnight. I'm Christopher Glenn with the end of the world in the news. In the news, for the first time in modern history, communications experts are warning that large portions of the population now occupy entirely separate informational realities, each believing collapse has already begun. I'm Christopher Glenn with the end of the world in the news. In the news, tonight, as emergency sirens were reported in multiple cities and conflicting messages continue arriving from state and federal agencies, one question remains unanswered. When trust disappears completely, what holds a nation together? I'm Christopher Glenn with the end of the world in the news. We all know things are bad, worse than bad, they're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radials, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman, because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being, goddammit. My life has value. So I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. I'm Christopher Glenn, with the end of the world in the news.